Chicken. Everybody loves chicken. It's the kind of dish that brings back memories of being a child. It's comfort food. It's really easy to make, but it's the kind of thing that's easy to screw up as well. And with my tips and tricks, you're gonna make the best roasted chicken you've ever had in your life. I mean, when I make chicken, people are like, oh my gosh, why does this chicken taste so good? It's delicious. How did you make this? And there really are a few secrets to making a good chicken. So don't be afraid. I'm gonna show you how to make a beautiful oven roasted chicken. I'm Sugar, and you're watching Cooking with Sugar TV. And I know it's been a while since I've made my last video, but I took some time off to raise my children and work on our family business, and I just recently redid my kitchen, and I'm thrilled with it. I got a lot of your messages about wanting me to come back and do some certain recipes, and you all sent me messages of love to return. So here I am, I'm back. I'm back in my new kitchen, and I'm ready to cook again. So the ingredients I'm going to use today for my roasted chicken is naturally the star of the show, the organic air-chilled chicken, and it's about 3 pounds. You're also going to need an oven-safe thermometer, a little bit of twine, some poultry seasonings like fresh herbs, and I have some thyme, rosemary, and some sage, kosher salt, a little bit of sugar, butter, pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, paprika, a little bit of Pam just to spray the pan, and then I'm going to stuff the chicken with a little bit of orange, onion, and lemon, and then give it a nice rub with some butter. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is take the chicken out of the plastic. Remove the giblet bag and rinse the chicken. So let's get this little bird out. And this is the giblet bag. When I first made my first roasted chicken, I actually left this in, which is kind of gross, but I was a kid and it was my first chicken I ever made. So we're going to make sure there's nothing left in the chicken. It's empty, and then I'm going to just rinse it with some cool water. Give it a little rinse. And then I'm going to set it in my greased roasting pan. So my first secret to making a really great chicken is to season the chicken really well and then put it in the refrigerator so it can marinate for at least 30 minutes to an hour. 2 hours is even better. Then you're going to take the chicken out of the refrigerator and you're going to let it rest at room temperature before it goes into the oven, because you don't want to put an ice cold chicken into a hot oven. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put some butter, vegetable oil, any kind of fat on the chicken. So some people even use mayonnaise, but you're going to give it a nice butter bath. We're going to coat this baby in butter. Then we're going to season it really well with salt. And I like to put all my seasonings on both sides of the chicken and inside the cavity. So you're going to give it a good sprinkle of salt, being sure to get inside the cavity as well. So now I've salted it. Now we're going to use the rest of the seasoning. And today I'm using garlic powder, onion powder, paprika, and just salt and pepper. Now I'm going to put a little bit of sugar. And this sugar really isn't for the flavor as much as it is to give the bird a nice golden brown as it roasts. So you can just sprinkle that on. And then I'm also going to use my pepper. And now again, these are just the seasonings that I'm picking today, but you can use whatever you like. I mean, if you want to go Cajun style, you can do that. You could use different herbs. I mean, get creative with it. Don't focus as much on what I'm putting on the bird, but how I'm roasting the bird. So after I do that, then I like to put my cold butter because I put half of the butter is melted, put on the bird. The rest of it is cold, and I put it inside. Then I'm going to use half of my herbs, and I have thyme and rosemary and sage, and that's just what I'm using today. A little bit of my what is this?
Orange?
A little bit of my orange. Couldn't remember what that was called. Onion, some lemon, and the rest of it I'm going to scatter around the bird. So I'll just take this, put it all around here. Even my herbs. And then the last thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to tie up these legs with some twine. And you want to make sure that the little wings are tucked underneath, and then tie up the legs. And we don't have to be fancy here. Just any way is good. I just wrap it around, go around one, go around the other, pull it tight, tie it up. And then we're just going to cut off the extra. See how she looks. If you want, you could re-season, maybe put a little more salt because I've been handling the bird. Make sure it's all seasoned well. And then the last thing we're going to do is I like to cook the bird with an oven thermometer in it so that I know when it's almost done. And you just insert it in the thickest part. Let me turn this. In the thickest part of the bird, in the thigh there. And it actually goes in the oven with the thermometer in it. So now, this little baby's going to rest for about an hour before it goes in the oven. So I preheated my oven to 375, and I'm going to put my chicken in and let it roast for about an hour to an hour and a half until the thickest part of the meat registers 160. So my chicken's out of the oven. It cooked for about an hour and 10 minutes to come to 160. So every oven is different. So it's really not about the timing as much as it is about the temperature. So once it gets to 160, you can take it out because as it rests, it's going to heat up a little bit more. So just let it sit. When you take out the oven thermometer, just make sure you use your oven mitt because that is really hot. I want to just tell you a couple of other secrets. If you're going to make a chicken, you might as well use a good chicken. Now I mentioned in the beginning that this was an air-chilled chicken, and I prefer to use an air-chilled chicken because it's just the way they process the chicken before it gets to the market. So instead of being put in a big thing of water, they chill it with air. So there's less contaminations in the chicken, and I really think it gives a better chicken flavor. So look for a good chicken. That's the first step. Make sure you season it well enough. Put it in the refrigerator while it's seasoned. Take it out and let it rest before it's cooked. And after it's cooked, we want to let it rest again. So I cut off the twine, and I want to start to cut this now. And I'm just going to cut off a little bit here. Just make some room. You can see how nice and easy that comes apart because it's cooked so beautifully. So now I'm going to show you how yummy, juicy. Can you see the juices in there? Just coming out like that. And the skin has a nice little crisp. So I'm going to just plate a little bit of this so that I can taste it. The meat is so juicy and has so much flavor. And actually the breast isn't even my favorite part. I love the thigh. I love the legs. I actually like dark meat. But even the breast is juicy and delicious. For more recipes like this, be sure to go to cookingwithsugar.com and subscribe to my mailing list. You can also subscribe to YouTube and follow me on Instagram. Oh my God. This is the good part. I know you're starving. You want some? Come on. Come and get it. And let's get started. That's not good. Are we on? Why did the chicken cross the road? I don't know. Oh, but I'm gonna have to lean forward to do it. Okay. They make chicken, it's dry, and they don't, I did it so good before. Remind me what I was saying about chicken.
Where's the breast of the chicken?
What? Oh, I'm ready for this.